Different girl every night at the hotel. I ain't seen.
I'm going to talk directly to you because you're our streamed audience, so welcome to Upstairs at the Gather. A really great pleasure to have you with us. There are some old sagers, I don't mean that unkindly, but they're a nice couple who live just down the road away, maybe 100 yards, who watch every single gig, though Moira and Baz, thank you very much indeed. So we're all over the place today. Heather is in Asby, Tammy is in Preston. John, you're in Doncaster, aren't you? Is that right, Doncaster? Chris Barron, somebody has to be, is in a place called Surrey. Where's Surrey? Oh. So, Chris, welcome all the way from Surrey. But then there is Stan Farley. Stan Farley is tuning in at this very moment. He promised me he would. I know it's early in the morning, he said, but I'll be there. Stan Farley in Wichita, Kansas. Well, what do you think, Stan? So if you hadn't gathered, virtual audience, you're here as part of a big family, and this is our live audience. You see, not cardboard cutouts, they're real people. It looks a bit like a football stadium, but I promise you they're real. Tonight's act, it's difficult for me to say sufficient about Charlie Dore and Julian Littman. They are iconic figures of the music industry. They started playing together as school children. They're not, in that sense, a couple, but they are a couple of musicians who've been playing together all that time. You probably remember, some of you, my age, may remember Charlie's big hit, Pilot of the Airwaves, yeah. Oh, I don't know whether she's playing it tonight. And Julian, lead guitarist of Steeleye's band, just a phenomenal musician. They sent us a kit list and said, this is the equipment we'd like set up for our gig, please. So, that's been this afternoon, and it's my great pleasure, without further ado, to introduce Steve at the back, who's the sound engineer. Thank you, Steve. Let it be said that without Steve, we would not have managed this afternoon, would we, Steve? No. Comes from Workington. Hooray! And now, without further ado, Charlie and Julian.
Hello, we all made it. You're out. You're out. Oh, hello. I've come fully equipped to leave and go somewhere else. This week, I've left a piece of clothing in several places. I've left my jacket in Glastonbury. And I've just found that the reason I'm wearing trainers and not my usual frock is because I've left some of my clothes in Hull. But so I hope they rest in Hull. Anyway, I'm just going to put these down, and then I'm coming back.
That's right. Peter made a bit of a mistake in that Stan apparently is indeed from Wichita, but Wichita in Surrey. So.
How could you? How could you? How cruel.
Sorry, Stan. We know where you are.
Good evening. Good evening, Wichita. We're an international group here, aren't we? We've travelled. How many miles?
131. That's all today.
That's from Hull. And you've all travelled, I don't know how far, but between us we've put up a few miles, haven't we? Thank you for coming out. Thank you for watching, if you're watching. Good evening. And this real live audience, you've announced yourselves, haven't you, to everybody already, haven't you? Yes, so we know you're real. They're not a hologram. We haven't hired them. Well, not some of them anyway. And we're going to be playing songs from Well,
Lots of
I'm
albums.
just
Yeah.
gonna pass out. I'm going to be playing songs from the new album, Like Animals, but also all the songs you do know as well. And so I'm going to go and pick up my guitar now.
There it is.
This is the first gig I've done in trainers.
Since the old days.
Since the old days, yes. This is... oh, yes, I should
You
retune
need
this,
to go
really, shouldn't I?
up one or down one, I can't remember
Down
which.
one, yes, yes. This is a song from the Like Animals album. This is a song that was...
That's the one.
This is a song about how power corrupts. And basically thinking about the men in power and women, men and women in power who have turned kind of rotten. Or maybe they always were rotten, who knows. So this song, Collateral, when I was writing it initially, I had a man in mind. And perhaps he's not so relevant anymore, but there's so many more who this song could be about. We invite you to cast your own...
Applies to many. Applies to many.
Yes. Anyway, without further ado, this is Collateral. There was a man who didn't care, he didn't care as long as there were rules to defy. And so unfettered by self-doubt, with confidence he rose high. And he could sense the deference, and put it guffers when they realized he feared no one. And he remembered drinking games in college days. They wish he'd forgotten. But when a man can hold his drink while others duck, he doesn't blink at men gone rotten. And when the climate is a fear, it's fun to be the puppeteer behind the curtain, just pulling the strings.
No matter how strong, they always fall. He flicks off the dust, they're just collateral.
He loved to make the dial spin, adrenaline from the beginning. He had a wife, he had a child, but nothing made his pulse go wild like winning. And when the herd is slow and thick, it's fun to be the maverick. Watch them turning, just cracking the whip.
No matter how strong, they always fall. He flicks off the dust, they're just collateral.
Oh, my children, wait for me. I'm only breaking the glass so you can see.
No matter how strong, they always fall
down.
He flicks up the dust, they're just collateral.
He wrote his book on strategy, now just a curiosity, a mark of his time. His words, once so inspiring, now have a kind of hollow ring. One thing still chimes, as sure as bankers hold their wealth, the younger version of yourself is out there waiting, 'cause you're collateral. You're just collateral. You're just collateral. Collateral.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Very nice reception.
That's lovely. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, it's after all this time not doing gigs in front of people, if we sort of
It's a bit scary, that was great.
It's like people, real people, clapping their hands, making a noise. It's I expect you've noticed, haven't you, if you've seen any of these online gigs, you know how you finish a song, you go,
Nothing. Yeah.
there's nothing, and you have to go, well,
And then you go, thank you.
that's
Yeah.
great, thank you. And on to the next one. Anyway, so we've got a real audience. I'm really excited. Thank you so much for coming. I know it's a bit weird, isn't it, coming out when you haven't been out for a while. But we thank you for coming to this lovely place. Thank you. Now,
And good night.
yes. Just coffee in the bill, please. We're going to do a song from about 3 albums back, actually. Now this is one from Cheapskate Lullabies. It's called Lion Tamer. I think it explains itself, really. But if anybody's looking for a hero still, this could be your song. Want a lion tamer, want a flamethrower, need an alchemist, a mysterium. I was thinking that you might apply. Need a maverick, need a plate spinner, need a renegade, an original. I was thinking that you might apply. Are you waiting? Did you know? Did you know?
Need a warrior, an adventurer, need a soothsayer, not a demigod.
I was thinking that you might apply.
Need a fire catcher, need a rainmaker, need a heretic and a peacemaker.
I was thinking that you might apply. Are you waiting? Did you know? Did you know? Where are you? thinking of, talking of, and all the time there you are. Want a lion tamer, want a flamethrower, need an alchemist, a mysterion. I was thinking that you might apply. Need a soulmate, not a cellmate. Need a soothsayer, want a guardian. I was thinking that you might apply. I was thinking that you might apply. I was hoping that you might apply. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. We're going to go right back now to what we think of as more or less my first album, because it was the first album I did when I did what I liked and not what I imagined people might like and approve of. And there's a remarkable freedom in that, of course. It's and we wrote it. It's Sleep All Day.
Okay, great.
Is it?
No, it's a different one on the list, but it doesn't matter.
What is it? What was it going to be?
It was going to be Wayward Friend, but...
Oh, let's do Sleep All Day.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Then we'll do the other one. Then we'll do the one I thought it was going to be. Hey.
This is the beauty of the live performance. Anything could happen, and probably will. Yeah, this was a song we wrote in my little basement room when I still lived in London, and any ukulele players in? I know there are some ukulele players here. I know it. I know you're sitting on your hands, not admitting it. I won't ask you to play, I promise. I just wanted some commiseration with what ukulele's doing in the tuning department. And when a ukulele hangs next to another instrument, a string instrument, if it itself isn't out of tune, it persuades other instruments to drop out of tune.
That's good. This was one of the, although it's on the first album that we did in the sort of acoustic-y thing we were doing, not trying to be, pop-tastic. This one was one that Charlie had this title, Sleep All Day, and I had this sort of riffy thing, well, pick, really, and it just happened, which is rare, but it was good.
I'm enjoying it, just carry on.
No, carry on. You have a nice drink. I'll do all the work.
So it should be. I got a million little things to do since you went away. Hey, hey. I gotta fix that light, I got a letter to write, read the paper too. Such a busy day. Hey, hey. There's so much on my mind and so little time, so many plans to see through. I'll work it out somehow, I'll get up, but now I'm gonna sleep all day. Hey, hey, gonna sleep all day. Hey, hey, you think the dish is gonna wash themselves? You better think again. Hey, hey, I gotta mend the windows, find where the wind blows in at the door. Such a busy day. Hey, hey, I need a little time. I don't know my lines. If anyone should ask me, I'm so unrehearsed. I'll get up, but first I'm gonna sleep all day. Hey, hey, gonna sleep all day. Hey, hey, no one to wake me and break into my dreaming. Time's never wasted. I almost taste your sweet hello, and no one's gonna know if I sleep all day. Hey, hey, if I sleep all day. Hey, hey, I'm gonna sleep all day.
Another minute, another hour,
Hey,
another minute, another hour, another minute, another hour, another minute, another hour, another minute, another hour, another minute, another hour. Hey, hey.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Now the one
I thought we were going to
he
do.
thought we were going to do. I'm just going to go to the. What am I going now? Oh yes, I'm going to this. That's right.
See, no wonder Steve got a good round of applause. Good job he did, because he has to change instruments every time. You can see that, can't you? So, nice one,
He's
Steve.
doing really well. Yay, Steve. So this is a song that goes. This was from the Cuckoo Hill album. Cuckoo Hill was my old stamping ground. It's where I was brought up. This is a song. It's one of those ones, you know, when you want to ask a kind of a difficult question or an opinion of somebody, and you can't actually admit that you are asking the question. You do the asking for a friend thing. Well, that's sort of this. It's a kind of not really me, but me. Anyway, this is called My Wayward Friend.
keeps calling. She shakes and wakes me in the night. She says she's lost without you.
She's breaking. It's a touch, a simple word, stayed with her for days. Suddenly she was all at sea, lost within your gaze. I keep saying, walk away, all her pride is gone.
My wayward friend keeps calling. She shakes and wakes me in the night. She says she's lost without you.
She's breaking. Every little thing you say and everything you said lights a sacred candle for you burning in her head. Every time I tell her it's a dream that cannot be, she says I'm a loser, she's not listening to me.
My wayward friend keeps crying. Her tears run down my face at night. She says she's lost without you.
She loves you.
My wayward friend keeps crying. Her tears run down my face at night. She just can't live without you.
She loves you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What other albums can we pillage now? As you can see, since I last saw you, or rather didn't see you, my eyesight's gone completely bonkers. Now, where are we?
Man in Bed.
Ah,
I
Man
believe,
in Bed,
yes.
yes. Here's a...
Hello.
Hello.
I was just helping you with the list. I thought in case you couldn't read it, I was
Yes.
going to go. It's now, Charlie. It's oh, cool. Hang on a minute. Yeah.
He's my seeing dog. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that. That's a compliment, by the way. I'm a great fan of dogs, as a later song will prove. All right, I'm going to get my guitar now.
Oh.
Everybody. This is a song from the Dark Matter album, and it's a song for anybody who's been with somebody a long time, or even not for a long time. But it's about how well, it's about a lot of things actually. It's about how long have you got? It's about dreaming and how that's a very private flight you take, a solo flight on your own. And even if the person, your significant other person, says, "What were you dreaming of?" you're not necessarily going to tell them. Not because it's about someone else or whatever. It's just, sometimes you can't decipher those dreams. But also, it's very much about how we may change on the outside, but that inside we're still the same person. And this is about, when the first time you say spend a night with somebody, and how that feels, and then how when you always spend nights with them, how that feels. And they may look very different, but they're still the same person. And okay. This is called Man in Bed. There's a man in bed, he's waiting for me. And in the dark, I can hear the rhythm of his breathing. And I can see his shape, his body like a comma on the white sheet. And I lie next to him, feel the unfamiliar heat. And I want him. There's a man in bed, don't wake him. Do not disturb. What's he dreaming of? Is he making plans or making jam or making love? Sometimes I will hear fragments of a conversation unknown, half-remembered words, vapor trails from flights he leads alone. And I love him, but I can't follow where he goes in dreams. The wall of sleep is higher than it seems. There's a man in bed, he's an old man, he knows a thing or two, and I know him, the rhythm and the swagger, just an older skin. He remembers when consequences melted with the morning. He's just the same as then, ready when the big ride kicks in. And I love him, but I can't follow where he close in dreams. The wall of sleep is higher than it seems. Thank you. Julian Littman on the piano there. You played that lovely, Julian.
Oh,
You played that lovely.
Animal Brain.
Animal Brain. Oh. Now that's something else.
This next one's off the new album as well. Like Animals, for sale in the foyer and worldwide.
Yes, available.
Even in Wichita. It's probably got it already, actually.
Yes. Oh, back to the naughty little ukulele again. This is about our ancient brain, the animal brain that we often try and silence because it kind of betrays how sophisticated we think we are, and your animal brain may force you to lose your temper, or suddenly express enormous love and a desire for somebody when you didn't actually mean to. That's your animal brain at work. You can blame that anyway. And I thought it was such an interesting thing. I mean, I had a very poor education, as some of you will know, in the science and in most departments, actually, really. It's been a case of catching up later. This is really it's a message to my own brain. And I'm not going to tell you anymore. I'm not going to tell you anymore. You can make it up yourselves. I'm sure you will. This is, and actually, in this on the record, this is I'm accompanied by a very, very big double bass that has 5 strings and some of the lowest notes ever that can vibrate every internal organ you possess. But Julian, being multifaceted, a clever person,
got that octave. I mean,
he's only
he
got.
hits, I think he hits. No, sorry. He hits.
And that on a double bass played for about a minute can make you feel very strange. Actually, he is for hire. He'll do it as a practice. Anyway, so Julian's being the double bass today.
More a cello, really, I think, today, because that's the
Yes.
He played cello on it as well, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He's a clever clogs, isn't he, old Gareth?
Anyway, enough about him.
Enough about him. He's not talking about us, is he? You'll probably call in and say he is, actually. Well, he is now. So this is Animal Brain. Animal brain, please don't hurt me. Lying awake, I hear you pacing in your cage. You plot revenge, and I forgive. But you don't. Animal brain, you're so wary. There in the dark, You closed my eyes so I'd forget. But you don't, you won't. I have reason. You don't care. When I look behind the wall at all my rules and consequences, you're there. You're there. Animal brain, I still hear you close in my ear. You still lead me out of bounds to wilderness where I'll be lost. But I follow, I still follow. Animal brain, I still feel you. Always awake, always here. Always awake, always here. Thank you. Thank you. Julian Littman on the harmonium. What is that? This isn't gin, I promise. It is really. No, it's not. We're going to do a last song in this half before we release you into the delights of the gather downstairs. And I'm just going to go to the piano now. So this.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, hello.
Beg your pardon. I've had a little bit of gin. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry.
No need for fireworks, really, just gunplay. So this is a song from Like Animals, and it's inspired by a panic attack I had on the Golden Gate Bridge, boy. It was a panic attack that was so extreme that it actually stopped me driving on motorways for about 20 years. Poor old Julian. It was no fun for him when we went on tour.
Yeah. B roads all the way.
Well, when I was driving at B roads all the way, if I wanted to go on a motorway, Julian would have to take over. Anyway, what happens? I'm sure many of you know this anyway. But when you have a panic attack, you get a massive burst of adrenaline and its little friend cortisol, which is the panic hormone. And it's really hard to do anything about it, basically. It's like you've had 10 pints of caffeine when you didn't expect to. And you have no control over it, or at least I didn't. Anyway, so in order to sort of get my life back, I had some therapy. I went to various therapists, and so that I could actually learn to drive without fearing having a panic attack. Because fear of fear is just as bad as fear, really. It's fear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, something like
fear
that.
Fear of fear itself. Yeah.
What's that? Phobophobia. Is it any psychiatrists in? Can I book in with you? Anyway, so this is what happened, and one of the therapists I went suggested that one of the ways round it would be to, when I felt a panic attack coming on, if I was driving, was to sing. Because the theory being that you can't both sing and panic at the same time. So that was one of the things I tried. Anyway, I'm just, at the moment, I keep looking down because it's not that I'm adjusting my shoes, it's just that the pedal keeps sliding away from me just to sort of add a little bit of interest to my own playing. So I'm just going to duck out of view now. I'm not leaving, I promise. Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie's younger sister.
Just check it, Charlie. Just check it.
Just check it. Oh, yes, I better check the...
We've had a little bit of trouble with this pedal, you see, so we're just got to be on the safe side.
Yes,
that's it.
It's
That's
behaving. Little frog in the throat there.
Yeah, it's got it.
This is called Rivers of Cortisol. And it's a Saturday. The sky is crayon blue. Just a 20% chance of rain today. Not a cloud to spoil the view. Singing along with some old Jimmy Rogers. Adio, ladio, ladio. Letty-o, what a day. Well, look at me now, a little Miss Sunshine. But in my world, things can change. Just a flick of a switch, a transformation, and everything turns strange. Now the sun's going in and the clouds start to gather. The sun is going dark and I can hear my heart beat. I'm starting to float and I feel the adrenaline rise in my throat, and I'm fighting for oxygen. I'm floating too much and I'm floating too little. I'll never feel normal, feel normal. Rivers of cortisol flooding my brain. I see on Saturdays. She's got so many letters after her name. Together we're building a brand new strategy. She says, if the fear should come back again, you know you should sing, be the queen of your breathing. But when it's cortisol, can't control my heartbeat. I'm starting to float and I feel the adrenaline rise in my throat, and I'm fighting for oxygen. I'm floating too much and I'm floating too little. I'll never feel normal, feel normal. Rivers of cortisol, I'm floating too high and I'm floating too low, and I'll never feel normal, feel normal. Rivers of cortisol, I'm floating too high, and I'm floating too low, and I'll never feel normal, feel normal. Rivers of cortisol, flooding my brain. Floating along with some old Jimmy Rogers. Addio, letty-o, letty-o, letty-o. What a day. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you after the interval.
It's half an hour, but everybody. I have to. What I've got to tell you is that it's half an hour because we're following social distancing and being responsible, good people, and giving these people half an hour's break out in the sun and the air, so that they can all recover from all the excitement in here and all the hot air we've breathed out. So we'll see you. We'll see you.
Don't forget
the what? Oh, the cake.
Oh,
of course,
cake.
And the cake.
Oh, there's cake.
Sorry, I was trying to pass it off as health and safety. It's just cake.
Oh, right, okay.
It's just cake. Okay. We're always second billing to cake, you know. Touring. It's the touring musicians. What is it? The touring musicians?
Lot?
Lot.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we better
See you
leave
later.
you to it. Okay, see you in a minute.
Bye-bye.
Everything is happening at once, but I'm not sure I believe it. But still it's happening that way, and I'm just burning my days. Won't you come on home, and I miss you. Won't you come on home today? Together we'll walk the tight line. Together we'll walk the tight line. Together we'll walk till amber seas and darkening skies call time on time. And if you choose to respond, we'll try not to be cruel, 'cause every word that you say, but you could never take them away. But the light is gone, and I miss you. You can find me staring at the sky. Together we'll walk the tight line. Together we'll walk the tight line. Together we'll walk till amber seas and darkening skies call time on time. Together we'll walk the tight line. Together we'll walk the tight line. Together we'll walk till embassies and darkening skies call time on time.
This is a song that was written back in the the dawn of time. It was actually written in 1656. I think it's pretty good for a medieval song, really, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's traditional.
Traditional, yes.
It's a traditional.
They had their own disc jockeys in those days, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say, and dedicate this to all the lovely people on the radio who've ever played it, and all the people who've sung along. This is a pilot of the airwaves. Pilot of the airwaves, here is my request. You don't have to play it, but I hope you'll do your best. I've been listening to your show on the radio, and you seem like a friend to me. Pilot of the airwaves, here is my request. You don't have to play it, but I hope you'll do your best. I've been listening to your show on the radio, and you seem like a friend to me. Any record of your choice, I don't mind. I'd be happy just to hear your voice saying this is for the girl who didn't sign her name. Guess she needs a dedication just the same. And late at night I'm still listening. Don't waste my time chasing sleep. And people say I look weary, but that's just the company I keep. Ooh, you make the nighttime race. Ooh, I don't need to see your face. You're sounding good, sounding good, sounding good to me. Pilot of the airwaves, here is my request. You don't have to play it, but I hope you'll do your best. I've been listening to your show on the radio, and you seem like a friend to me. Oh, Jules? Late at night I'm still listening. Don't waste my time chasing sleep. And people say I look weary, but that's just the company I keep. Ooh, you make the nighttime race. Ooh, I don't need to see your face. You're sounding good, sounding good, sounding good to me. Ooh, pilot of the airwaves, here is my request. You don't have to play it, but I listening to your show on the radio, and you seem like a friend to me. That was the, what was that, about the 17th version.
17th
version. We like to keep it fresh by doing versions that even we don't know what we're going to do next.
In your space for an hour tonight. Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
What our love needs, baby.
What
our love needs, baby.
what our love needs, baby. Our love needs more kissing and not so much hissing. Ooh, yeah, baby. Girl, let's stop this fighting. Our love needs tighting. Yes, it does, yeah. Our love is falling down. Let's build it up again from the ground. 'Cause our hearts need correction, pulling in the right direction, yeah, yeah. From loneliness, loneliness, tenderness, we'll possess. If there is more kissing and not so much hissing, do you hear me, baby? It could be exciting, oh so delighted. Yes it will, honey. When two people are in love, they stick together like a hand inside a glove. Ooh, let's head in that direction. Give our love more protection, yeah, yeah. From loneliness, ooh, loneliness, tenderness, we'll possess what our love needs, baby. What our love needs. Two people are in love. They stick together like a hand inside a glove. So let's move in that direction. Give our love more protection, yeah, yeah. From loneliness, loneliness, tenderness, we'll possess what our love needs, baby. What our love needs, baby. What our love needs, baby. What our love needs, baby.
really close tonight and feel like I'm moving inside her, lying in the dark. And I think that I'm beginning to know her. Let it go. I'll be waiting when you call. And then whenever I fall at your feet, you let your tears rain down on me. Whenever I touch your slow turning pain, you're hiding from me now. There's something in the way that you're talking. Words don't sound right, and I hear them all moving inside me. No, I'll be there when you call. And then whenever I fall at your feet, would you let your tears rain down on me? Whenever I touch your slow turning pain, the finger of blame has turned upon itself, and I'm more than willing to offer myself. Do you want my presence or need my help? Who knows where that might lead? Not far. Whenever I fall at your feet, you let your tears rain down on me. Whenever I fall at your feet, you let your tears rain down on me. Whenever I fall, whenever I fall.
Conventional song. This is Catch the Wind. In the chilly hours and minutes of uncertainty, I want to be in the warm hold of your love and mine. Yet I feel you all around me, and to take your hand along the sand, but I may as well try and catch the wind. When sundown pales the sky, I wanna hide a while behind your smile. And everywhere I'd look, your eyes I'd find. Yet for me to love you now would be
When rain has hung the leaves with tears, I want you near to kill my fears, to help me leave all my blues behind. For standing in your heart is where I want to be, and I long to be. But I may as well try and catch the wind. But I may as well try and catch the wind.
The beginning is now and will always be. You say you've lost your chance and fate brought you defeat, but that means nothing. You look so sad. You've been listening to those who say you've missed your chance. There's another train, there always is. Maybe the next one is yours. Get up and climb aboard another train. You feel you're done, there's no such thing. Although you're standing on your own breath is king. The beginning is now. Don't turn around. Regrets are bad, mistakes will only drain you. There's another train, there always is. Maybe the next one is yours. Get up and climb aboard another train. We crawl in the dark sometimes and think too much. Then we fill our heads with crazy things that only break our hearts. And I know you've seen what the earth can do when it's dragging down another load of worrisome fools. There's another train, there always is. Maybe the next one is yours. Get up and climb aboard another train. I know it's hard when you feel confused. You can crown yourself with fear, and you feel you cannot move. You're building worlds that don't exist. Imagination plays the worst tricks. Sing along with me. There's another train, there always is. Maybe the next one is yours. Get up and climb aboard. There's another train, there always is. Maybe the next one is yours. Get up and climb aboard. There's another train, there always is. Maybe the next one is yours. Get up and climb aboard another train. Thank you very much.
Scrapple from the Apple. So he plays it 3 times as good and twice as fast. And another one called Parker's Mood.
One, 2, 3, 4.
Everything is happening at once, but I'm not sure I believe it. But still it's happening that way, and I'm just burning my days. Won't you come on home, and I miss you. Won't you come on home today? Together we'll walk the tide line. Together we'll walk the tide line. Together we'll walk till amber seas and darkening skies call time on time. And if you choose to respond, we'll try not to be cruel, 'cause every word that you say, but you could never take them away. But the light is gone and I miss you. You can find me staring at the sky. Together we'll walk the tide line. Together we'll walk the tide line. Together we'll walk till amber seas and darkening skies call time on time.
We could busk it, but no, we don't need it.
No, I mean, that's what I mean right now. We could start.
Oh, yes, of course.
Because the world is waiting
Of
out
course,
there. I mean,
yes.
you're waiting as well.
This happens in real life, doesn't it? Yeah. Waiting for Charlie. Actually, Julian has got a collection of photographs called Waiting for Charlie. Yeah. He used to go into those.
I used to do them at. She used to meet me at Holland Park Station for when we were writing and stuff like that. Pick me up, and they had a photo booth there. So I, after about half an hour, I'd go, right, I'll go in the photo booth and do things like,
I've still got
and do 4 of them. She's got quite a few of those, hasn't she?
Yes, I should put them up online, actually. This is a song from the Dark Matter album. The man has arrived. Is it? That's the one. Peter's thinking, how on earth could this be something she wants?
Thanks, Peter.
Oh, thank you, Peter. What a man! What a man! Look at this. Is what he found. He couldn't believe it was something I wanted. More of that later. Now I'm going to put this here. Just better check that we're actually in tune. Just a health and safety check, ladies and gentlemen, because these people have come out tonight to mix with some unreliable musicians. Oh, so I just got to.
That's good.
Okay, so this is. There's a bong, sounds a little bit jazzy to me.
Hang on. The computer says it's right.
Oh, well, it's probably me that's wrong then. A fascinating glimpse into the world of tuning for everybody. This is extra, actually. This lot are here as part of a seminar on tuning.
Right, I think we're there.
Okay, so this is where are we? And back in the room. This is a song that I wrote courtesy of reading New Scientist and discovering the world of neutrinos. How many people here know the neutrinos song? Come on, be honest.
Oh, they do, yes.
Okay, don't tell the others. Don't tell the others.
Do we have any scientists in the room?
We do. Don't laugh at us.
Particle physics?
A chemist. Oh, good.
Oh, well,
good.
we're clear, we're fine. Yeah, we can.
Are you open at the moment? Because our chemist is never.
You need some Nurofen.
I need some, yes,
Okay.
I do.
But you don't get much of that, do you?
Anyway,
yes.
So we decided to write this song about neutrinos, because in the neutrino, for those of you who don't know this song already, the neutrino is known as the shady particle because it doesn't react with other particles. and it just passes through them. There are 600 and, what is it?
65 billion.
65 billion of them passing through us as we speak, right now. And they don't react with us, with our cells, except that sometimes they cause a sort of explosion, don't they? Mm-hmm. But they, after having caused the explosion, they just carry on as if nothing's happened. That's why they're called shady. And I thought that was fascinating. And I just love the word neutrino. It just sounds so brilliant. I think it sounds like a breakfast cereal.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
And so we had to, we wrote this song about it because I felt that it expressed a lot of relationships I'd had in the past. Come on, who else hasn't? Come on. You know those people. They don't mean to, but they hurt you. Anyway, so we wrote this song, Breakfast and Neutrinos, and then we had to check with Julian's, what is it? He's your cousin?
Well, I remembered once we'd done all these lyrics of things we don't really know that much about. I remembered that my cousin is the a professor of theoretical physics at Cambridge University. And I thought, all right, we better just... So we sent the song to him, and he really liked it. He thought it was great. He said, yeah, you're on the right track, so... Phew,
Yeah. So breakfast and neutrinos, if anybody is an entrepreneur here and would like to put out a breakfast cereal called Neutrinos.
They're small. Yeah.
And shady. Can't put this off any longer, Jules.
You're doing your best, though, aren't you? Okay. Okay?
I think so.
3.
In 1969, I slept all through my science class, dreaming of the summer and the boy who cuts the grass. The atmosphere of boredom hung like smog on Bokyo. Heavy with occlusions, it passed so slowly, but somehow something remained, although I'd retained almost zero.
Should we go from the verse? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Hang on, I'll get it in a minute. Hang on.
19 something.
Oh yes, 1969. Yes, hello. In 1969, I slept all through my science class, dreaming of the summer and the boy who cuts the grass. The atmosphere of boredom hung like smog on Tokyo. Heavy with equations, it passed so slowly, but somehow something remained, although I'd retained almost zero. And something held in my head, I didn't know what. Neutrinos. A scientist in 1940 won the Nobel Prize, predicting the existence of a particle of no size. A shady particle, it rarely interacts with ordinary matter, proven fact. They say they have no effect, and yet I suspect that they do. And as we lay in the dark, a merciless spark cut through me. And you, like a neutrino, only passing through. And you'll never know I feel you in my heart, feel you in my bones. In a time I put on the uniform and we danced slowly. It was unwritten, but then everything was cool. No one tied to anyone, we were beautiful. But science knows I'm a fool, inevitable. You drew me, and as we lay in the dark, a merciless spark cut through me.
And you, like a neutrino,
only passing through.
and you
never know.
I feel you in my heart, feel you in my bones,
I
feel you in my blood, feel you on my skin.
And is love just nothing unless it's returned? Is it zero? A scientist never been kissed, won't tell you, but I know.
And you, like a neutrino,
Only passing through.
and you
never know.
I feel you in my heart, feel you in my bones,
I
feel you in my blood, feel you on my skin.
In 1969, I slept all through my science class.
Got there.
Thank you, thank you. I think we've got something strange, like a hive of bees happening here in this little. Oh, the ghost of the bees. Yeah, there was a kind of like a crackling sound coming from there. Did you hear that? Yeah, it's a kind of, yes, there's something. Just as long as most people can't hear it. I think it's when we play, unless it's me. The joys of live streaming. At least you know it's really real. I'll cut this out at the end. Well, as long as you can't hear it, that's great. That's great. I don't mind. I any amount of crackling, I can eat actually.
Ordinary name.
Ordinary names, right? Now this is why poor Peter had to rush off and get my lyric, because this song, Ordinary Names, is a list of names, and it varies, which is why it has to be written down. I shall go to the piano shortly.
Will you be needing these?
Oh yes, actually, yes.
There's a lot of names to read on this one.
This is, these are my new glasses, ladies and gentlemen, at much expense to the management. They're varifocals, which make me feel like I'm completely. Ooh.
They take a bit of getting used to,
They
don't
do
they?
take a bit. Does anybody else have that when they tried?
When you first have them.
It's
when you first,
really,
yeah.
I'm still in that phase. I'm still in that phase where I don't know. It's kind of. It's a very cheap fix, anyway. So anyway, this song it's from the Like Animals album, and it's really in celebration of the names that aren't fashionable anymore. You know, names are circular, you know, and lots of names come back into fashion. But there are certain names that never do. They never seem to come back into fashion. For instance, How many babies do you know recently born that are called Susan? Susan, I know. You're very fashionable. You're completely timeless. but
babies called Phyllis,
Barbara,
Gladys.
Those
Not at the moment.
names
They
haven't.
might come back. Who knows?
Albert.
Well,
Actually,
Albert,
Albert's a bit trendy now.
Yeah,
Albert's a bit. It's come back round.
Albie,
But there are
Albert.
some other names that haven't come back. What about any other contributions from the panel? Maud. Actually, it's quite trendy now.
Is it?
Yes, Maud's a bit trendy, but it's a lovely name. I'd call a little girl. Stanley.
Again.
Yes.
I know. We know someone.
We know. Yes,
Stanley.
yes, that's right. But there are certain names. I'm trying to look here. Okay, other names. Good
That's
one.
funny enough. That's getting a bit of a return recently.
Anyway, but I had all me. I speak English good sometimes. I do. Anyway, most of my friends had an Auntie Gladys or an Auntie Joan. I mean, you had an Auntie Joan, didn't you? How many people here had an Auntie Joan? We all had an Auntie Joan.
Well, no.
No one here. Oh.
Only me.
All right, that's blown that out of the water then. Okay, what about an Auntie Frida?
Frida's
Auntie,
unusual,
yes. Yes, but that has, I don't know of any little girls. Anyway, I'll shut up now because my theory is being blown out of the water. Anyway, but the other thought about this song was that, I thought of them as just older ladies who came to see us, and brought me Easter eggs at Easter and presents at Christmas, and they were the older generation. But of course, they were young, and they were young girls or young men, and they fell in love, and then those names caused somebody else's heart to beat. If Gladys was coming over, Gladys, will I see Gladys? Will Gladys be at the dance or whatever? That sort of thing. And I thought, yes, of course they had that life. But as a child, a sort of selfish child, I was like, no, they were just like old people. It's probably what all my great nephews and nieces think of me as. Anyway, I shall read this freshly hewn list of names that we've been through. And you can give me your additions afterwards. And Julian's going to play the part of the, what do we have on the album?
Oh, we had a flugelhorn.
Flugelhorn, yes, on the album. This is a
got one here.
Beautiful flugelhorn. But Julian is a flugelhorn tonight. Matthew. 3, 4. Oh, it's happened again.
I've trouble with this pedal. Hang on.
This truly is live.
I'm just going to turn this off.
Okay. What happens is, when you put your foot on a pedal, any pedal, like a piano at home, you put your foot down and it sings for longer. It goes.
Pushing it down. Take it off.
Like that.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, it's fixed. But this is slightly
Usual. That's the cure for loads of things. Turn it off again. Then turn it back on.
operator error. Thank you. Not too far away. Mary, Margaret, Hilda, Lillian, Arthur, Victor, Ray. Arthur, Eileen, Agnes, Phyllis, Edith, Edna, Pearl. Ordinary names, out of fashion, long ago paramours, names I never hear anymore. Once they had a magic, they were loved. Long ago, paramours, names I never hear anymore. Eileen, Agnes, Phyllis, Monica, Harold, Percy, Hugh, Morris, Percy, Arthur, Victor, Ernest, Edmund, Ray. Ordinary names, just an echo from the past disappeared. Names I never hear anymore. Once they had a magic for a lover. Long ago, long ago. Names I never hear anymore. Some of the names come back again, and fashion will shine on Rose or Ben. But oh, I still remember the real ones, the ones I knew back then. Ordinary names out of fashion. Long ago, paramours, names I never hear anymore. Once they had a magic for a lover. Long ago, paramours, names I never hear anymore. Helen, Barbara, Ida, Vera, Lynette, Horace, Herbert, Bernard, Sybil, Clinton, Wilbur, Betty, Betty. Thank you. Thank you. We'll be taking names afterwards. Anything we've left out? Oh, you know what we should do now? What? We should do the leaf blowing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'm here.
Check, is there any more piano to do? No, there's good. I'll knit your chair.
Oh. So
Sit down for this one.
I have this habit of if I hear a single note drone, I'm forced to sing to it. So if I hear a kind of, I keep singing some kind of song, I don't know why I do. Maybe it's a kind of illness. I don't know. Anyway, so even to my toothbrush. I mean, you know, the toothbrush, an electric toothbrush, it has a note, you know, which is more of a kind of, you know. But I can even sing to that. I can sing a song while I'm brushing my teeth. Anyway, I was in the garden, and I heard our next door neighbour blowing leaves off his lawn, and there was a very definite note there. And it forced me to sing. It forced me to sing along to it. And I started singing a sort of, what was it? Ah, they're blowing leaves, but I believe. You know, and I was just sort of riffing on it. They're blowing leaves, they're blowing leaves, they're blowing leaves, they're blowing leaves. And another thing that happened was that I noticed that all the birds in our garden kept singing. They weren't frightened of it, even though it was quite a big noise. They were obviously used to it, and they just carried on singing. And we've got some amazing birds in our garden, and I'm their agent, actually. I'm representing them, so if anybody wants any really good blackbirds, thrushes, robins, I'm the person. Anyway, and I said to Julian, I had this idea, and the great thing about Julian is that when I have these kind of ideas, he doesn't run away or report me for psychiatry. So we started to, I said, should we do a song about it? And we started talking about this and that, and gardens, and how important the garden was to both our dads. And I mean, not that we both have two dads. I only had one. I think Julian only had one. Anyway, and how important the garden was. And my dad had a constant battle with the fact that he lived on clay. He goes, this bloody clay, this damn clay. And another thing that he battled was the bindweed. He was always battling the bindweed because it always came back. No matter if you cut it away, it comes back. And then we talked about Julian's dad and how he was with his garden. Perhaps you could enlighten us, Julian.
I'm quite busy, actually, here.
Okay.
No. My dad used to use the gardening to escape from guests. Basically, he'd see their cars come up the drive and he'd go, oh, better do some potatoes. And that's what he used to do. My mum said, they used to say, where's Fred? That was my dad, one of those names, actually. Where's Fred? And he'd say, oh, he's up the garden. They go, oh, of course he is, yeah.
Perfect excuse, perfectly polite excuse not to be present at lunch. Anyway, so this is kind of in celebration of our dads as well, but also in celebration of the fantastic birds and their wonderful songs, and the fact that they come back. They go away and they come back. They go away and they come back, just like the leaves. They're blowing leaves, but I believe they will come back again. They're blowing leaves, but I believe they will come back again. Just like the birds, they surf the air and they are flying. And in the spring they will return, they will come back again. And I can see you in your garden, bending like the trees you planted there. And you would scorn the new machines that take away the rake that breaks your back. Your hands were hard and kind. They're blowing leaves, but I believe they will come back again, back again, back again. They're blowing leaves, but I believe they will come back again. Just like the spring, they will return, and they are flying. And like the leaves, they will return, they will come back again. And you are happy in your garden, battling the nettles and the clay. And you would cut the bindweed from the buddleia all summer, and you'd know they'd both come back again. They're blowing leaves, but I believe they will come back again, back again, back again. They're blowing leaves, but I believe they will come back again. Just like the birds, they surf the air, and for a moment they are flying. And in the spring, they will return, they will come back again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't read this. What am I saying? Oh, that's all right. That's the...
Dog out looking for his...
Oh, dog out looking for his day. Yes. This one. Oh, thank you. Bless you. Thank you very much. This is from the Dark Matter album. It's for anybody who's ever given their heart to a dog.
Dog people here? Who's got dogs?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the right area for that, aren't we?
We are in the right area for that, and what's so brilliant about them is they just don't care, do they? You know, I mean, they're not worried by all the rubbish we have going on in our brains. And Julian and I both are dogless at the moment, but it won't be forever. And that's it, really. And have you got dogs at home? Are your dogs sitting at home waiting for you? Yes. Do they have access to the internet at all?
Amazon.
You could find your Amazon account has been hacked into. God knows what they order when they're left on. So this is in honour of all the dogs we've given our heart to. He's immortal 'cause he can be. No contingent, there's no plan B. He's a dog out looking for his day. Got no diary, there's no schedule. Sideways running in his bed, you'll know he's only looking for his day. And he forgives me everything, each careless human slight, the shortest walk, I'm so sorry, I'm playing a jazz chord there. I'll start that little bit again.
He forgives me, is it?
And he forgives me everything, each careless human slight, the shortest walk, the longest hours of waiting. Out too late when I come home, the reassuring metronome of tail on floor. Be sure he knows I'm guilty. Dark eyes melting hot molasses, author of those noxious gases. He's a dog out looking for his day. And I forgive him everything, each muddy headlong rush, his willful disregard for things of beauty. and sometimes we will disagree on what is edible or rotten. But canine logic will prevail, and details, they are soon forgotten. What does he care for infinity? One day I'll call, he won't come to me. But he'll be out there looking, he'll be out there looking, 'cause he's a dog out looking for his day. Thank you. Actually, thank you. That jazz chord was specially flown in for your birthday, actually. This is a late birthday present for Jerry. I did promise it, didn't I?
A mate of mine calls that was the E7th Demented. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Okay, I think Dennis.
Dennis and Ray, yes, I think so. Now,
Get rid of this.
there are some tales that have happy endings, and this is one of them. And it's a real story about real people. And some of you will have come across the tale of Dennis and Rose, but not to tell the others. Okay. Dennis is a mastering engineer. And which means that he knows the dark magic that makes records sound good. After we've sweated blood and tried to make it sound good our end, we send it to Dennis, and he does some sort of magic stuff to it and makes it sound good on the radio and just good in your stereo. They know these things, mastering engineers. And in fact, if you buy any of the albums that you can see downstairs, the ones that are very good for you, and make you happy, you'll see Dennis's name on every single one of them, because he's mastered all the albums we've made together, hasn't he?
Oh yes, and he's mastered lots of people that you might have heard of. Did he do Julian Tito?
Yes, Julian Tito. He's done Deep Purple, hasn't he, as well?
Yes, he did do. He mastered some Deep Purple stuff actually back in the day.
And anyway, so Dennis, I'd never met Dennis. He came and had tea with me one day. I've been sending all my records up to the Isle of Skye, which is where he lives with Rose, and he does it by some magic. He sends the files back and it's all done. And so I'd never met him, and one day I did meet them, and having a conversation, it just came up. I said, how did you two meet then? And they went a bit shy. And so I forced them to tell me how they met, and it was that Rose was working in a greeting card shop in Camberley in Surrey, and Dennis went in there to buy a card, and he was very, very taken with her, and he wanted very much to ask her out, but he didn't dare. And he thought that if she says no, then he can't ever go back in there again either. That was another embarrassment. And so and Dennis is he's a lovely, confident, cuddly, big man from Walthamstow, and you would just not imagine him ever being attacked by shyness. Rose was and is gorgeous, and so he felt he was. He would be turned down. Anyway, but what happened was he worked out a strategy, and the strategy was to keep going back in there every month and keep buying cards. So he just bought dozens and dozens of cards that he didn't want or need. And meanwhile, it is kind of working for itself, because Rose is thinking, this man has so many friends, and he remembers them all. What a kind man. And a big family, which appealed to her. She came from Dublin, she had a big family. She thought that was rather sweet. And she said, he even remembers his pets. He even sends birthday cards to his pets, although he does seem to have two mothers. That was when he nearly screwed it up because he bought 2 Mother's Day cards. Desperation was setting in. Anyway, something had to give. And so it did. And this is the story of Dennis and Rose. A man stands in the house of cards, spinning the carousel. It's no one's birthday, no one's died, no one's getting wed, and yet he lingers. And there, behind the counter, the secret of his dreams, a girl with autumn-coloured hair looks up from winding ribbon beyond her fingers. She smiles, and so he picks a card and puts it in her hand. His heart is pounding like a boxer fighting in the ring, so hard it hurts him. My niece is 21, he says, although it is a lie. Lucky her, she says, and now would be the time to ask, but words desert him.
And how long does it take a man to say what's on his mind? When love makes you foolish and hope makes you blind, and alchemy nobody knows.
Dennis and Rose. A month goes by, she's on his mind like every day since May. It's heading for December now, and he knows he must ask to get an answer. And full of fresh resolve, he strides into the house of cards. But courage is a fickle friend, and so he buys a postcard of a dancer. And every month he's back again, his mission incomplete. So get well soon, good luck, new baby, Mother's Day adds to his collection. And each time at the till, they always pass the time of day. She says, I've never known a man to hold so many friends in such affection.
And how long does it take a man to say what's on his mind? When love makes you foolish and hope makes you blind, and alchemy nobody knows.
Dennis and Rose. He cuts himself when he's shaving, and it's like a wake-up call. He says to his reflection, if you were a man at all, you'd walk into that house of cards, say what you must say. The worst thing that can happen is she'll turn you down. It's 6 o'clock, it's closing time. He walks up to the till. She says, you haven't bought a card this time. Is there a way that I can help you? The time has come, he takes a breath and looks into her eyes. He says, Rose, I don't suppose you'd care to. What I mean to say is maybe you're too busy. If you've other plans, I'd understand. And what I really mean is, she says,
I'd like to.
Rose and Dennis marry, there's no secret anymore. They move up to an island where the world is full of sky and where the wind blows. There's boxes to be opened, and inside the very last, there's 40 cards or more still wrapped up in their cellophane. Now she knows
How long it takes a man to say what's on his mind. When love makes you foolish and hope makes you blind, and alchemy nobody knows. Denison Rose, Denison Rose, Denison Rose, Denison Rose.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's if any of you do Facebook and you follow me on Facebook, there's a picture of Dennis and Rose because they came to see us last month, and they just don't change, do they?
No.
They don't change. I don't know what they're doing up in the Isle of Skye, but they look very, very healthy. Well, we're going to come to that last song moment. Yeah. Well, it's quit while you're ahead, I think. It's dark.
Yes.
It's dark. Yes, it's dark. And you know what happens after dark?
What?
In Ennerdale?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not saying.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we just want to say thank you so much for coming
Yeah.
out. We know it's kind of weird coming out to public events and listening to live music, and so we thank you, and we thank so much the team here, to the wonderful Gather. Thank you so much to Peter Mayer and his team, and Emma, and everyone who works here at the Gather, who make this such a brilliant place. You're so lucky to have this wonderful place in your area.
Yeah.
I'm very, very jealous. I'm very, very jealous, and it's just such a pleasure. We were here virtually, before, back in October, but to actually be here and have you in the same room with us is just a wonderful treat for us. It really is, and I'm not being in all LA about it. It really does mean something. So thank you, and we also want to say thank you so much to Steve for piloting these
Thanks, Steve.
particular
Cheers,
airwaves. Thank you.
And of course, thanks to all of you online. Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Especially Stan in Surrey.
Especially Stan. I mean, we love everybody who's online. But we just want to say, if you're out there watching, thank you. Thank you for doing that, for having the faith in the internet to actually stick with us all evening, whatever time it is in your part of the world. Thank you. And come and see me in my office later.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having us.
We're going to finish now with a not entirely true story. This is the story of Maximum Bob, who was the most right-wing judge ever.
In Florida.
And it was taken from a book by Elmore Leonard. And it really, what's weird is that there's so many parallels. Give us an example, Julian, of the people in that book.
Oh, well, Maximum Bob is, of course, just to the right of Attila the Hun, and he's trying to get rid of his wife. We don't quite know why, and so he decides the best way to do it is to put an alligator in his house to scare her off. But all that happens, apparently, is that the alligator eats the dog. That's nothing. Yeah, I know. We don't put that bit actually in because it would upset us too much. But yes, and the thing is because he's such a right wing and just puts everyone in jail for nothing, there's a lot of people out for him, out for his blood. The trouble is they're all drunk and incompetent and useless at anything. And so, there are various attempts on him, most of which fail. And basically, he's getting away with murder. Simple as that.
Does it kind of remind you of anybody? Anyway. Some
Maximum
things
Bob.
never change. Or maybe they will.
Here we go.
Way down south in Florida State, where orchids bloom and hummingbirds proliferate.
Somebody's packing a gun for maximum Bob.
If you dodge a little tax, you steal a car, if you roll a little joint, no matter who you are,
You're going down courtesy of maximum Bob.
now Judge Bob Gibbs, nicknamed the Max, 'cause he sends him down for the maximum term, whatever the facts.
They're packed in like beans on death row by maximum Bob.
Now no surprise, he got enemies.
And Tommy Vasco and Elvin Crow are just two of these.
And Tommy whispers $10,000 says, Elvin, you're the one to take out the judge, and here's the gun. Meanwhile, the judge is taking the air
With a pretty probation officer with blue-black hair.
and they don't hear old Elvin Crow slip in the kitchen, gun in hand, gonna collect on Vasco's plan.
Yeah. So pray that God's a Republican, 'cause Bob's gonna need all the help he can. It's only a matter of time for maximum Bob.
Sometime back, Bob made a pact with a man named Campbell to bring an alligator back.
To scare off the innocent spouse of maximum Bob. Her name was Leanne.
Now the gator scheme, it worked like a dream.
Leanne ran back to her mama in Kissimmee. But no one got paid for the job by maximum Bob.
Campbell called to collect his fee.
Bob laughed in his face, said, "You won't get a red cent out of me."
So Campbell screamed, well, if that's how you feel, I'll be right back with an automatic friend to clinch the deal. As you know, old Elvin Crow
Was sitting in the kitchen with the gun in his hand, and he was ready to go.
there on the counter like a golden dream was a brand new bottle of old Jim Beam. He put down his gun, twisted the top, said to himself, just one little drop can
Heard none. So pray that God's a Republican, 'cause Bob's gonna need all the help he can. It's only a matter of time for Maximus Bob. Meanwhile, back in Kissimmee, Leanne says, "I know that Bob's missing me. Hey, what the heck? I still love that redneck, and hey, nobody's perfect."
Here comes Campbell, drunk as a skunk. He scoops out the car, he grabs the gun from the trunk.
He fires off 4 rounds, not one bullet hit Maximum Bob.
Now Elvin Crow, he got drool in his beard. He's snoring and the Jim Beam has disappeared.
The last person he's gonna hit is Maximum Bob. So God must be a Republican, 'cause Bob just got all the help he can. And even his wife has come back to Maximum Bob. Maximum Bob, Maximum Bob, Maximum Bob, Maximum Bob, Maximum Bob, Maximum Bob, Maximum Bob. Woo! Maximum Bob. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Julian Littman, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. Pardon? Oh, all right then. Thank you. Thank you. You've been such a brilliant audience. Wow. What a way to come back. Thank you.
Great, thanks.
What key do we do? The thing about this song is, this song dates back to the 15th century, when God was a boy. So we do lots of different versions of it, just to sort of keep it fresh for us. But the upside of that is that it's interesting. Sometimes we get some interesting jazz effects, because we don't know what. And we could be doing, Julian could be doing the version that we used to do in, 3 years ago, and I could be doing the one we did last week. It just depends, really.
So tonight we'll be doing the Czechoslovakian version.
Am I on the 4th fret for this?
Could be.
Should we have a vote? Let's try it in this key. It could be interesting.
Yeah, I'd say you're agreeing with me anyway. That's a start, isn't it?
Computer says it's right. Something hanging next to the ukulele. This is where anybody still watching at home is going to go, oh, for goodness sake, I'm going to go and have a drink now. Are you in your pyjamas yet, everybody? They all are here. This has been a brilliant audience. Thank you so much. You've been a fantastic audience.
Great turnout as well. Yeah.
How do we start to
Yeah. A cappella?
Yeah, I'll go. Why not? Just put one out, actually.
Thank you very much. She's here all week. Right.
Try the veal. Okay.
Pilot of the airwaves, here is my request. You don't have to play it, but I hope you'll do your best. I've been listening to your show on the radio, and you seem like a friend to me. Pilot of the airwaves, here is my request. You don't have to play it, but I hope you'll do your best. I've been listening to your show on the radio, and you seem like a friend to me.
Any record choice, I don't mind. I'd be happy just to hear your voice saying this is for the girl who didn't sign her name. Guess she needs a dedication just the same. Late at night, I'm still listening.
Don't waste my time chasing sleep.
People say I look weary, but that's just the company I keep.
Ooh, you make the nighttime race. Ooh, I don't need to see your face.
You're sounding good,
Sounding good.
sounding good to me.
Pilot of the airwaves, here is my request. You don't have to play it, but I hope you'll do your best. I've been listening to your show on the radio, and you seem like a friend to me.
Late at night, I'm still listening.
Don't waste my time chasing
sleep. And people say I look weary, but that's just the company I keep.
Ooh, you make the nighttime race. Ooh, I don't need to see your face.
You're sounding good,
Sounding good.
sounding good to me.
Ooh. Pilot of the airwaves, here is my request. You don't have to play it, but I hope you'll do your best. I've been listening to your show on the radio, and you seem like a friend to me. Yes, I've been listening to your show on the radio, and you seem like a friend
To me.
Thanks a lot. Good night. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Thank you.